If you're the parent of a highly sensitive child, there's a good chance that a lot of your day is spent in power struggles. No, I won't get out of bed. No, I won't put my shoes on. No, I won't bring my dishes over. No, I don't want to go to school. Whatever the struggle is, I've probably been there because I'm also the parent of a highly sensitive child. I'm Kira Deno. I'm a parent coach and a pediatrician. I'm also a mom of 2 teenage boys, and I'm a highly sensitive person and parent of a highly sensitive child. I help parents decrease power struggles and have more peaceful homes and better relationships with their highly sensitive child. So today I want to share how I use humor and playfulness to avoid power struggles with my kids. I remember as a kid when I needed to clean my room, I used to put little scraps of paper in a hat and it would say, dirty clothes, books, toys. And so then I'd pull a name out of a hat and I'd do whatever that category was. Just creating a game out of it made cleaning my room more fun. So we're gonna look at ways to use play, playfulness, and humor to make your life run smoother as a parent. So let's say your kid needs to get out of bed and go to school and they don't want to. So transitions are really hard for highly sensitive people. For deep processors, anytime that you're processing something deeply, it's much harder to go from thing to thing. This is why it takes a lot of energy to jump from task to task to task, right? We get deep into something and it's hard for us to move on. So your kid says, I'm not getting out of bed, I'm not going to school. The tendency when kids have resistance to what we're asking is for us to bring that same energy. You have to, this is why you have to, I'm gonna logic you into it. The problem is that when our kid is resistant and we're resistant back, now we're like at an impasse, okay? So we're gonna do the opposite. I call this improv parenting. In improv, we have to go with whatever the other person suggested, right? In an improv scene, you're supposed to build on what the other person brought. So you don't argue with them, you don't logic them out of, well, that doesn't make sense. So let's run with it. Your kid doesn't want to get out of bed, they don't want to go to school. Let's go with that. Jump right into that bed with them. Snuggle up and say, you know what, you're right. Let's stay in this bed forever. It's gonna be the best. We're gonna live here. I mean, we might get hungry, right? Because there's no food here. Oh no, what are we gonna need to do when we need to go to the bathroom? This is gonna be a challenge. That's right. We're gonna live here. It's gonna be the best. We're gonna be in this bed forever. So you're gonna just run with that. You're gonna be as silly and absurd as possible, right? So we're taking that energy of, no, I won't get out of bed. And we're, instead of saying you have to, you need to, we're bringing playfulness, humor, fun to it. Can we make it a game? Now, what does that do? That kind of melts your child's resolve and resistance. Now they're in this kind of playful, connected energy with you, and they're much, much more likely to be able to transition to the next thing, which is getting out of bed. Let's imagine that your kid won't help, they won't pick up their stuff, they won't cooperate, okay? I'm sure you've been there, I've been there. So this is what I do, okay? We're gonna bring some playfulness, some humor to it. When my kid says no, I'm not gonna do that, if they bring that I'm not gonna cooperate energy, and I bring that you have to cooperate energy, we're just gonna be in a power struggle. So instead, I look for the absurdity in it, right? My kid says, no, I'm not gonna bring over my glass. And I go to the absolute, again, the improv parenting with it. Please don't pick up your glass. I love picking up after you. I would hate for you to pick up your own stuff. That would just be such a shame. Thank you for giving me a purpose as a parent that I can wait on you, and oh, it makes me feel so warm inside to be your maid. I love it. I love it. Please don't ever pick up your stuff. I'm hamming it up, right? I am going for the gusto about how absurd it is. And I've taken that hard, uncooperative energy, I'm not gonna do it, and we've erased it by being silly, by being absurd. Okay, it doesn't mean your kid for sure is gonna pick up their stuff, but we've taken that I'm not gonna cooperate energy and we've evaporated it. What about when your kid's being really negative? They are whining, they're critical, they're sarcastic. Okay? These are signs of dysregulation, which is a nervous system that is in threat. Kids not choosing to be negative and sarcastic, they're having a nervous system reaction that's putting them into that negative space. So how do we bring them back to their prefrontal cortex where they can have humor and cooperation and connection? We're gonna take that negativity and we're gonna meet it with something softer, right? So we're not gonna punish or threaten, going to meet it with something more playful. So I make chicken for dinner, and for whatever reason, they are absolutely not feeling chicken tonight. Ew, chicken for dinner again? We have this all the time. Me, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. You really didn't want chicken, huh? Chicken's really not what you wanted. Okay. Is it because it comes in those little nugget shapes that look like dinosaurs? Is that the problem? Ooh, all those little dinosaur nuggies. Ooh. Is it because the animals lay eggs? Yeah, that's rough. I get it. Is it because at McDonald's they put them in packages of 6 and the little chicken nugget things? Is that it? 6 is a really sketchy number. So I am taking that negative energy and I'm just like finding the play. Where is the play? Where is the softness here? Now, if my kid is able to, they're gonna get into their prefrontal cortex enough to say, it's just like, I feel like we have chicken a lot. And now, you know what, they're coming back to their logic brain, their ability to be in connection, and they're out of that kind of like angry energy. It still might hurt my feelings because I made this chicken with a lot of love, right? But I've gotten them to a place where we can have a conversation about, you know what, we have chicken a lot and I get that it's not your favorite. So what about your kid is absolutely refusing to do something that's their responsibility? If we kind of look inside children, right, they have two minds, right? They both want to be independent and mature. There's a part of them that wants to be babied and taken care of. We all have these parts inside of us where we both kind of want to do it ourselves and we just want someone to do it for us, right? So there's like this push and pull around these two parts of us. So the next time that your kid wants you to do something for them that they absolutely can do for themselves, I want you to just ham it up. I want you to ham it up and act like they are a little bitty baby and they can't do anything for themselves, but in a really like fun, playful way. Okay, so let's say that your kid, just gonna make this up, this totally doesn't happen in my house, wants you to put their socks on, even though they are way too old for that. And what if you just brought a playfulness to it? Oh, my widow muffin needs to have their socks put on. Thank you for asking me. I love doing this for you. I'm so glad you asked me to do this thing that you couldn't possibly learn to do yourself. And I will do the same thing around, Mom, can you get me some water? And I will say, absolutely, because I know that you don't know where the glasses are kept because you're not old enough yet to know that. And so thank you for asking me so that I can get that for you. So we're bringing humor, we're bringing play and playfulness and silliness to things that might otherwise cause us a lot of that hard energy too. Problem with when you show up uncooperative and I show up uncooperative, now we are in a big power struggle. The person who has the ability to find the silliness and humor is the person who can smooth out the power struggle. And that's what I want for you. If you are a parent of a highly sensitive child and you would like to overcome power struggles, if you'd like to prevent meltdowns in your home and have a more peaceful relationship with your child, I do hope you'll download my free guide that gives you tips and strategies to have a more peaceful home with fewer power struggles, fewer conflicts with your child. I'm Kira Deno. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a peaceful day.